guys, welcome back. Over the past month or so, I've gotten quite a few new plants in my collection. So today I wanted to update you guys on how all of them are settling in. And there are also some other really cool things happening in my plant collection right now. So let's get into it. Okay, let's start with my favorite because, I mean, if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you've seen this plant quite a few times now. And that is my Alocasia dragon scale. I almost called this an Alocasia Jaclyn. This is one of the plants that I recently got on Etsy about a month ago. And she just put out this ginormous leaf right here, which I honestly don't think would have happened if I switched it to Semihydro. So I'm really happy that I stuck with the soil / Semihydro mixture for this one. Just for comparison, I'm spilling Fluval everywhere. Just for comparison, this was the last leaf that came out before this one. And they're pretty much the same size, if not this one's bigger. I don't know. This plant has really settled in so well. She has been losing a few bottom leaves, but that's because I keep forgetting to water her. I really wish I just would have potted this into a transparent pot, but maybe I'll do that soon, I don't know. When I first posted a picture of this plant on Instagram, somebody commented saying that their Alocasia dragon scale has never looked that good, but I had just unpackaged it like the day before. So now that I've had it a few weeks, you can see that the edges are kind of yellow. But honestly, I've never had one look this good for this long because if you guys follow me, you know that I just rip my plants out of soil and put them into Semihydro. And anytime I've done that with an Alocasia dragon scale, it has died almost immediately. So to even see one put out a leaf this big under my care, so exciting. I did put this plant in a soil / Fluval mixture. If you guys remember when I switched it to Semihydro, I kind of just took it out the pot and whatever soil fell off, I let fall off, and I filled the rest of the pot up with the Fluval. And it seems to be working really well. Like I said, the leaves yellowing is probably from me underwatering it. Like, it needs water right now. I really got to stay on top of that. And I also have been keeping her in the greenhouse with my little flower humidifiers that we put together a couple videos ago. And it's really been loving that. I'm really excited for the future of this plant in my collection. I can't wait to get like ginormous leaves on this plant. I'm not really sure how to get ginormous leaves on my plants yet. Besides like a Monstera, how do you get big, huge leaves on plants? Is it a certain fertilizer? I don't know, because I have grow lights and I use them, especially for plants like this. Since it's in the greenhouse, the grow light in the greenhouse is on 24/7. Is that hindering it though? I don't know. You guys tell me. The next new plant that I got on Etsy was this Hoya Kalista Fila. That's this one, right? Or is this the Philodendron? I always get them confused because I'm not really familiar with these plants yet, but this plant just put out this little leaf right here. And honestly, I don't know how this little tiny leaf is gonna get this big, but I'll wait for it. But hands down, this is one of the coolest Hoya that I have in my collection now. I just love the way it looks. I really think it's because I don't have one that's similar to it at all. I mean, the leaf shape kind of reminds me of a Hoya pubicalis, but dark black pattern on the leaves. It's just so beautiful. I don't have another Hoya like that, so I'm really living for this little leaf right now. It's so cute. Right now I keep this plant in a macrame actually right in front of me in my bedroom window, and I'd say she's doing okay there. Also in the soil / Fluval mixture, if you guys remember when I switched her a couple videos ago. And I'm really so happy that that mixture worked because I don't even have soil. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with those plants when I have to actually repot them. I'm not too worried about the Hoya because they like to be root bound, but the Alocasia and my Philodendron SP Colombia are also in that mixture, and I'm not buying soil, so. Okay, another plant that's settling in really well that I got from Etsy is my Philodendron SP Colombia. Look how big and beautiful this leaf is that she just put out, which like I said, doesn't always happen when I transfer plants from soil to Semihydro. But this one is in its little mixture because I really like that it came with moss on the top that you can barely see now because it's kind of covered in Fluval. When I got this plant, I took it out the nursery pot and then I put her into this pot and surrounded it with Fluval like I did the rest of the plants. I think the only plant that I didn't do that with is my Monera Thai Constellation, only because I have a lot of positive experience from transferring Monera from soil to Semihydro. But for plants like Philodendron or Hoya or Alocasia, of course, I didn't trust myself to switch to Semihydro. Not in one go at least. Maybe I'll slowly transfer them to Fluval and then switch them to Semihydro from Fluval. I don't know yet. I have no idea. I honestly feel like I repot my plants a little bit too much, and I'm starting to think that a lot of my plants can stay in the same pot for a lot longer than I have them in their pots, so hopefully we don't have to repot this guy anytime soon. I really love this plant. Before I got this plant, I had no idea that the margin of the plant is pink. So, I mean, you can only really see it in the sunlight. I'll try to capture it and post a picture, but the margin, like the entire rim of the plant is this soft pink color, and it's so pretty. I really love philodendron, especially ones that have pink roots and just pink anything on them. Look at how gorgeous. I cannot wait until another leaf comes out. I feel like it's gonna be soon because it looks like this leaf is gonna start poking like any day now, and I'm super excited. All of these plants that I've talked about so far, I got them around the same time, including my Hoya Finlaysonii. It's such a cool looking plant. I really like the shape of the leaves. I remember it saying it was the round leaf version when I bought it, and it's such a cool Hoya. This is another one that I don't have anything like this in my collection. I was filming last week and I went to go show you guys a leaf that was coming out on this plant, and it was in the substrate because it fell off. I must have looked at it wrong, but there's another baby leaf coming out that you're definitely not gonna be able to see. It's like all the way down right there. But she's growing and I'm so happy. This plant is so cool. And like I said, I have Hoya trauma from ordering a Hoya GPS 7240 or something like that, and it died like within a week. So to see my new Hoya growing, and I just got them, I'm super excited. But I'm starting to think I just waited for the perfect time of year to buy new plants. Like, it's about to be spring, so all of these plants are kind of taken off right now. She's also topped with fluval, the bottom is soil. And this terracotta pot really sucks up a lot of water, so I have to keep an eye on this plant. I kind of think that's why that leaf fell off, but it's whatever. I think she's gonna grow really well. Both my Hoya Kalista Fila and my Hoya Finlaysonii are in macrames in the brightest windows that I have, so I have no doubts at all that these are really gonna start to wow me in the summertime. So make sure you're subscribed so I can keep you guys updated on these. How freaking cool is this? What? Oh my god. Okay, my Monstera Thai Constellation. I am really happy to report that my Monstera Thai Constellation has not skipped a beat. Like, literally all of the leaves look amazing still. And this is the only plant out of all of the plants that I fully switched to Semihydro. Like, I ripped it out of soil and rinsed off the roots and just stuck it into my substrate, which is leca and pond mixed up. Then we have a moss pole in the back, and I put moss all the way down to the bottom of the pole. And I did that for a lot of plants, and somebody actually commented asking me about it, asking if it was gonna be an issue that I put moss all the way down in the pole. And when they commented that, I remembered that I used to put leca at the bottom of the poles and then fill it up with moss. Like, I actually completely forgot about that whole process. So what that's led to is the moss pole staying wet 24/7. And I do have to water these plants a lot more often. I have quite a few Monstera albo in this setup. And then when I repotted my Philodendron El Chaco Red, I put the moss all the way down in the pole, so I am watering that plant a lot more than usual as well, but I honestly feel like it's creating a better water to air ratio. Like, I'm seeing really good results with how they're potted right now, so I'm not gonna change anything until it looks like change is needed. I'm so ecstatic that this worked out, because if you guys seen the video where I was transferring this plant, I was a little bit nervous to transfer this one because people have had problems with this plant in the past, but I did not join that club, thank God. I just want to show you the back though, because the way she's going into the moss pole, it's just gonna be a great thing. Like, look at those roots. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I just spilled it on myself. But wow. Wow. What the heck is that? What is that? I don't know. I think that's like a tag or something, but this plant has me super freaking excited. I think a new leaf is coming out soon. Yeah. Oh, you see that? There's a new leaf coming out. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see if it's fenestrated, how the variegation is. But I have something that I noticed today that's even more exciting. Well, for me at least. But I also want to show you guys the plants that a subscriber sent me last month as well. Simone. Was that this month? Because it's still March. It probably was this month. I can't keep up. But honestly, getting these new plants and seeing them do so well has given me so much confidence. And I just want to buy like 1,000 more plants right now. But I know that's not the best thing to do. And it's almost bug season again, so once I see bugs in my moss poles and bugs in my fluval/soil mixture, I'm probably going to stroke the fuck out. But anyways, Simone sent me quite a few plants. I think only one of them died. Well, it's kind of dead. I haven't tossed it yet. I'll show you guys. I just wanted to show you the growth that they've put out so far. Starting with my Hoya Australis that I got from Simone. Guys, look at that growth up there. I'm gonna insert a clip of when I first unboxed it versus now because it's small, but it's mighty. And it's so cute. It looks just like a Hoya pubicalis to me. I mean, she said it's not, so it's obviously not a Hoya pubicalis. This Hoya black margin right here is another one that she gave me or sent me. And this leaf shape looks more like a pubicalis than this one, honestly. This is definitely not a pubicalis. This is a Hoya Australis. And this one is a Hoya black margin, which I really want to grow because black margin, I like any kind of different margin on any plant, so please grow. Oh, I actually see the black margin. I promise you I haven't looked at that since I got this plant, but I just assumed that the margin would be like on the top of the leaf, but hold on, let me see if I can show you guys. The black margin's on the back. You see how it's like lined with black? That's how the Philodendron SP Colombia is, but pink. Like, are you kidding? Tiniest bit of growth in there. It's like lime green all the way down in there. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, Jesus. She also sent me this jade plant that I ended up dropping. And all of the bigger leaves came off. Like, I had a lot more of these sized leaves. But nevertheless, look at all the new growth that's coming out. All this cute little green growth. So exciting. I might have to propagate this though, or actually get a bigger jade plant because I think they're really inexpensive. I just remember them being inexpensive, so maybe I can get another one and then add this to that plant because this is super cute. Another plant that I want is the burro's tail. Remember the burro's tail? That plant is no words. So for this next plant, when I transferred it, a lot of you guys told me that I could have left it in Semihydro or pond, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because my Hoya Mtii seems to be growing fine. I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see the new leaves in there. They're somewhere over here, I think. I'm not sure. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they are. They're like right between these leaves. I have 2 new leaves coming out. If I flip it, you can see how rooted it is. So I'm really happy that I moved this plant to a sphagnum moss just to get it rooted before I switch it over to, I don't even know what I'm switching it to yet. And I only did that because I also bought a Hoya Mtii cutting in the past and it died within a week. I think it had 4 leaves on it. And if I'm remembering correctly, it wasn't a Hoya Mtii splash, it was just a Hoya Mtii. And the leaves were a lot smaller, honestly. These ones are kind of big. But yeah, my Hoya Mtii is doing really good. I do have to water her pretty often. So I will be switching her to Semihydro soon. Probably not Fluval because I tried to switch a Hoya Oada to Fluval and it just didn't work out well. But I don't know, I'll keep you posted. Which Hoya is this? Hoya Croniana Silver Super Splash. This one doesn't have any new growth on it yet, I don't think. Look how gorgeous it is though. Definitely one of my coolest Hoya as well because I didn't have it, obviously. I think I see potentially 2 new leaves that are gonna be coming out soon, so that's exciting. I don't think anything is more exciting than seeing a new leaf come out of a plant that you've never had before, like for the first time. Super freaking cool. I honestly just assume all Hoya love high light and I just stick these all in the windowsill when it's really bright and really just hope for the best. I mean, if you guys know of any Hoya that like a low light, definitely let me know because it's easier on me if I don't have to think about putting them in a bright spot, you know? I think that's it. Is that it? Besides this one, this is a Hoya Carnosa. No new growth yet. And she's a 1-leafer. And then the one that died or is dying, there's no new leaves and all the stems are brown and broken and dead. That one, which one was that? What the heck? Why can't I think of the name of it? Whatever, let's go in my office because the rest of the plants that I have to show you are in there. So this is what I woke up to this morning. It looks like it's actually going to bloom. Oh my God. Usually they've been in that state right here where it's just a little knob, but today, look at it. I think it's actually gonna bloom, and this is on my Hoya Oada, this mother plant right here. Like, I literally almost cried when I seen this because I actually have hope that I might get a flower. My El Chaco Red that I was talking about earlier, I don't know why this leaf is like curled forward like that. Like, you see how it's like facing forward? Is that a pest problem? Because I really hope not. But in other news, she is putting out a new leaf right now, which we haven't gotten one in a couple months. This was the last one that came out. She has a moss pole and it's pretty rooted in there. If you can see those red roots down there, she's really rooted into the moss pole. So I'm hoping the next leaf that comes out is big. Oh, by the way, this is the Hoya Carnosa. That's the one I couldn't think of the name when we were in my bedroom. And she is a goner. Rest in peace. Really quick, I just wanted to show you that my Monstera albo, the one that's in this pot right here, she just put out a new leaf and it's fenestrated. How freaking cool. So now I have 2 Monstera albo that have fenestrated leaves on them. Anytime something new happens in my collection that's never happened before, it's monumental for me, so excuse the dramatics. Cutest fenestration I've ever seen on a leaf in my life. But if I'm being honest, I'm thinking about chopping this because it's just not going onto the moss pole properly. Like, I can't push this onto the moss pole without breaking the plant. So I might give this a chop. Should I do it right now? I don't want to keep stunting the plant's growth by propagating it all the time. Or is that fine? Will it be fine? Will it be fine? I don't know. I guess I'll show you the current state of my newer Alocasia Jaclyn. I think I got this year or late last year. But if you guys see, we have a little stalk coming up right here. And I cut off all the leaves, but I think it's gonna start growing come spring. I'm literally spilling it everywhere. Not much to see anyway, so I'll keep you updated on this. And then before I update you guys on my corms, I just wanted to show you how well my Philodendron brandianum was doing. Look at how gorgeous she is. Like, wowsies. What did I do with this plant? I could barely remember what I did with this plant, but I know I got it in soil. I think I ripped it out of soil and it started to die a little bit, so I chopped it up and I might have propagated it first before I put it into Fluval, or that could all be a lie. But nevertheless, she looks so gorgeous now and I can't wait to actually have like a little hanging basket of Philodendron brandianum. Because look, oh my goodness. She's been putting out some really healthy looking leaves. A little smaller than the ones at the bottom because like I said, when I transfer plants, a lot of the growth comes out smaller. What's in this one? I think it's the Alocasia Jaclyn because I see a green leaf in here. Yes, it is. This is my OG Alocasia Jaclyn, the one that I killed and cry about all the time. I never thought I would see it come back to life, if I'm being honest, but I'm so excited that it is. I mean, it doesn't look like the healthiest corm, but I'll take anything to get her back. Let's pull it out really quick. I pulled it out the other day, but this is what she's looking like. This is my old OG Alocasia Jaclyn. I think when I finally took it out the pot, there were 2 corms, but one died, and this is the one that I was left with. So yeah, she has a little leaf right there. I mean, it's so small compared to the leaves that I was getting when she was thriving. But all I can do is hope for the best with this Alocasia, honestly. That's really all I can do. There are several growth points in here, so I'm really hoping that this comes back to life like at full force in the springtime. But if not, I have my other Alocasia Jaclyn that I'm pretty sure is gonna take off in the next couple of months or so. Even with the Alocasia Jaclyn that I ended up killing, all of that growth had taken place within 2 to 3 months. So I'm really hoping I have the same situation with my Alocasia Jaclyn, the bigger one that I have, my newer one. Let's cross our fingers. This is the Philodendron El Choco Red. It looks like, so we're used to this growth point right here. She has a little leaf and then a little growth point that's gonna put out another leaf, hopefully. And then there's a growth point here that I think I showed you guys last week, but it's actually growing now. It was just a little nub last week, and now it looks like it's gonna grow into a leaf. That one down there. How freaking cool. I'll die if I get another El Choco Red, I'll die. I hope this grows properly, but it doesn't have any roots. So that's concerning. And then lastly, what's in here? Oh, these are all the little Alocasia Jaclyn corms. Oh my God, there's little leaves in there. I haven't checked on these in a few days, so I did not see these leaves come out yet. They were just the little growth points. But yeah, we actually have real Alocasia Jaclyn leaves. Ah! How freaking cool. So besides those 2 leaves in here, I see 1 corm, 2 corms. There's probably a few, but some of them were really, really tiny. But how exciting is that? But that does bring me to the end of today's video. Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Mother of Plants and Etsy at Palace of Propagations. And until my next video, bye guys.